Talking with Mr. Rick Baker, makeup creature creator extraordinaire. I'm trying to think of all these great ways to do it. I don't know if there's any way to size it up, the impact you've had on the industry. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on Mighty Joe Young. Had the pleasure of kind of meeting Joe this morning outside, sitting out there in the plaza. What is most amazing to me about this film is that you have this huge creature in immense physicality that's displayed through CGI and I don't know if you want to say animatronics, but that's the term you'd use. But I think probably the most important attribute of Joe is that face, those eyes, the windows to the soul. I mean, what's the priority in creating the creature?
Well, that was one of the things that we really concentrated on. You know, like I've made many gorilla suits before, and really kind of thought that part of my career was over. I thought I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, but I really wanted to do Mighty Joe Young because it meant so much to me as a kid when I saw the film, you know, and I thought, well, maybe I'll make one more gorilla suit, you know, but I wanted to make it better than what we did before. And we critiqued what we did before, and one of the things I thought, excuse me, one of the things I thought we could do was improve upon the eyes. And we spent literally months in trying to perfect eyes that looked real. And these eyes have an actual corneal bulge. Most of the mechanical eyes we did before were complete spheres, because mechanically that works a lot better, you know, a lot easier, I should say. But we spent like months making eyes and doing an eye mechanism to get that. But like you said, they're the windows to the soul, and we knew I wanted Joe to have quite a soul, you know, and I knew there were going to be these shots like this in the movie where you're looking into Joe's eyes, and so that was one of our real big priorities.
You're talking about being fascinated with gorillas since you were a child at the presentation this morning. I know you maybe expressed disappointment about King Kong, but did you ever, in your wildest imagination as a child, think, well, someday I will have a hand in... Were you actually in the suit for King Kong?
Yes,
yeah.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Unfortunately. Hey, well then you say you felt you redeemed yourself in a sense with Mighty Joe Young, right. But to think that with having such of a big part of recreating both these creatures in your wildest imagination?
Well, you know, like I said, there were films that like inspired me as a kid to do what I do, you know. So I mean, it is kind of fun to be able to kind of remake those and kind of have a weird nostalgic feeling doing that. You know?
And to have the opportunity, no less, to have Ray Harryhausen in the film along with Terry Moore, that must have been surreal.
No, I actually suggested at a very early production meeting that we put Ray in the movie, you know, because I know Ray, you know, it amazes me now that I actually know this man that was, you know, so instrumental in the stuff that I do, and I said, you know, let's put Ray in here. He belongs in there because he was Joe, and you know he pushed that puppet around and made Joe the character that he was the first time. And it was fun to show him our stuff. You know, he came to the set and saw the big Joe, and was blown away by it. You know, and he says, "You've killed stop motion." You know, and it's just like, well, yeah.
Well, you know, talking about the natural progression between stop motion, and I would imagine there was a day when Ray never thought that he would see animatronics, and then comes the way of CGI. You worked on the original Star Wars, the Cantina creatures, is it? And now we see the new trailer with all the CGI creatures. In the back of your mind, is there any, I don't know if you want to say fear, but do you think that somehow that what you do physically is going to take over what?
Well, you know, I think the computer is an amazing tool. I mean, it's one of my favorite design tools now. I mean, I do almost all my design work on the computer, and I love it, you know. And I love the freedom it gives you to do things that you can't do with rubber, you know. I don't think it's the end-all answer, and I think it's a fad at the moment, you know, that everybody wants. And, you know, there's a digital gorilla in Mighty Joe Young, I think mainly for the reason because it's the digital age now, you know. But what you see on the film, 90%, at least 90% of what's Joe on this film is the stuff that I created, you know. I shouldn't say I have a team of 50 people that, you know, they're amazing artists that created it with me, you know, but I was fortunate enough that a gorilla is something you could do with a man in a costume. You know, like a Godzilla thing, you know, that was kind of the reverse. 90% of it was computer animated, you know. It was something that it led itself to a better approach. I just think it's really, you have to choose the tool for the, you know, and the right medium for what you're making, and be objective about it. And
plus, in terms of Joe, I think it would take out of your hands what appeared to be, at least with the video and the video presentation this morning, and just looking at you with the creature, it almost seems like it's your baby. You know, trimming the hair. And, do you feel that way?
Yeah, very definitely. I mean, when you have something that started out as a lump of clay, you know, that you've pushed around and made a face, and you become very attached to it. And when you work on something for like a year, we prepared for a year for this. You know, it's like a friend. You know, and 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 as you see him come to life, you know, you become that much more attached to him. You know, so.
Talking with Rick Baker, creature designer of Mighty Joe Young. Congratulations, wonderful.
Thank you.
Where's this thing going now? In your archive?
The one that you saw downstairs, yeah, it lives in my studio now. So.
Thank you.